I want to be clear. I will not vote for, and no senator should vote for, an individual nominated by any president who is not fully committed to fairness and impartiality toward every person who appears before them. I will not vote for, and no senator should vote for, an individual nominated by any president who believes it is acceptable for a judge to allow their personal background, gender, prejudices, or sympathies to sway their decision in favor of or against parties before the court. In my view, such a philosophy is disqualifying. Such an approach to judging means that the umpire calling the game is not neutral, but instead feels empowered to favor one team over another. Call it empathy, call it prejudice, or call it sympathy, but whatever it is, it's not law. Judge Sotomayor said, quote, I willingly accept we who judge must not deny the difference resulting from experience and heritage, but attempt continuously to judge when those opinions, sympathies, and prejudices are appropriate, close quote. And in that same speech, she said, quote, my experiences will affect the facts I choose to see. Having tried a lot of cases, that particular phrase bothers me. I expect every judge to see all the facts. So I think it's noteworthy that when asked about Judge Sotomayor's now famous statement that a wise Latina would come to a better conclusion than others, President Obama, White House Press Secretary Robert Gibbs, and Supreme Court Justice Ginsburg declined to defend the substance of those remarks. They each assumed the nominee misspoke. But I don't think but the nominee did not misspeak. She is on record as making this statement at least 5 times over the course of a decade. I am providing a copy of the full text of those speeches for the record. Others will say that despite these statements, we should look to a nominee's record, which they characterize as moderate. People said the same of Justice Ginsburg, who is now considered to be one of the most activist members of the Supreme Court in history. Some senators ignored Justice Ginsburg's philosophy and focused on the nominee's judicial opinions. But that is not a good test, because those cases were necessarily restrained by precedent and the threat of reversal from higher courts. On the Supreme Court, those checks on judicial power will be removed, and the judge's philosophy will be allowed to reach full bloom. But even as a lower court judge, our nominee has made some troubled rulings. I'm concerned by the Ricci, the New Haven firefighters case, recently reversed by the Supreme Court, where she agreed with the city of New Haven's decision to change the promotion rules in the middle of the game. Incredibly, her opinion consisted of just one substantive paragraph of analysis. Justice Sotomayor has said she accepts that her opinions, sympathies, and prejudices will affect her rulings. Could it be that her time as a leader in the Puerto Rican Legal Defense and Education Fund, a fine organization, provides a clue to her decision against the firefighters? While the nominee was chair of that fund's litigation committee, the organization aggressively pursued racial quotas in city hiring and in numerous cases fought to overturn the results of promotion exams. It seems to me that in Ricci, Judge Sotomayor's empathy for one group of firefighters turned out to be prejudice against another. That is, of course, the logical flaw in the empathy standard. Empathy for one party is always prejudice against another.